So today on Disco Elysium, what are we doing? Yesterday I don't even know what we did yesterday. We talked to the zookeeper lady, because I didn't know what else to do. I guess today we will, go in here. That's the whole thing we can do now, right? Is it not? We got a key, but I guess where is the key to? That's a pen, it's an ape pen. Okay, well, I guess I should look in, here, right? Where was the, find that guy, go to that on Wednesday. Yeah, I gotta ask him about that too, that's something we can do. But if you remember yesterday, there was like this whole thing of like, we gotta talk to a Joyce as well. I might do that today, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. That's it, the door behind the greenhouse in the yard. What do you mean behind the greenhouse? Like, are they talking about this? And what is any of this? I can't investigate that bucket or anything down there, so I guess.
Eternite looks stranger now that Kuno told you about his pad.
Oh, okay. Well, I got 97%, so hopefully.
Because unless Kuno lied, you should just be able to pull the panels aside.
Yeah,
there
let's
it
do
is.
that.
You see a shabby little door.
Okay, well, look at that. That's something that happened.
So this is the shack Kuno mentioned. Let's take a look inside there.
What's gonna happen when I go in? Okay. Well, this is something. We're achieving something, I'm assuming. Oh. Okay, I didn't parse that as an entrance and exit. A direction. Okay, I don't know what that gets you though.
Amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. Maybe this Kuno kid knows where to find it.
I mean, should we pick up that?
The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Maybe not. Kim's watching.
There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Yeah, I think the first one's most like formal.
But this is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Okay, that's where I was before. Is there like a way into the harbor? There's 40 cents. Say goodbye to that, kiddo. I need to pay my rent somehow. Like, yeah, this is somewhere, but like, can we get anywhere from this? Like, oh, okay, I was having trouble parsing that, but wait, yeah, what does this get us? 90 cents, that's what it gets us. Like, we can't go up on the docks there, can we? Oh, we can, just like, well, we can get somewhere here. I got some Nosafed. Don't know what Kiddo's doing with that, but nope. Okay, is there something we can do? Like, I can't go there. I can pick up, what? $2. Okay, there's spooky music. Other than that, unless I'm missing something here. I don't see what the point of this is. Now that I've thought about it, let's go talk to Joyce. I guess it's, you know, it's something to do here. Right, I got another skill point. Let's leave it be until we need it. That's one thing I had to learn the other day. Is not to like use up any skill points unless... Are you someone new? I don't recognize you.
Hello? Me? No one. I'm just a working class woman.
I can see that. You don't have a name or anything?
Really want to be disturbed that much. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Looking for something to read.
Let's go with that. Let's just go as awkward as we
I know
can.
What with?
Her hands move over the book covers. The tips of her fingers look rough, stained with yellow. It seems like she has spent a lot of time at work, smoking.
Smoking's not much of a job, is it?
Another comrade. Years of labor are pressing down on her shoulders. She deserves a hug for all the work she's done for mankind.
Don't
The
just
woman before you nods.
hug
and returns
people
to her
with
reading.
no justification. How about you, kid? You got anything new to say? Any new
Hi,
insights?
Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
And that you're
that's
chill.
Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed. No, sir. She's a working woman who comes to look at the books a lot. I think she is a bad husband. Not very nice or helpful.
Yeah, that's the vibe sometimes, ain't it, kid? Alright, how do we get to Joyce? I don't remember. I do not remember. I just don't ever know how to like navigate this map. It's nice having like big periods of time in these episodes where just like nothing happens. Is this the door? What happens when we go to this
Sturdy
door?
metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
We'll do that later. Let's go bother Joyce with questions. Have her drop some exposition on us. Hey,
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
let's go like that.
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
Okay.
It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Raw ingredients.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes, after they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be
Yeah.
well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link. The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable.
All the people out by in their cars.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
All of them.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. We did, on more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
Well, I mean, that's
We know
fair.
the company has launched its own probe into the union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCM. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Yeah, tell her, Kim.
Well, here's your chance, officers. No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the trade committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue.
How long till that
Thousands of
happens?
litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable, the weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open the drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand. How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you. Yes?
I mean, we gotta just look into it, right?
According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something.
Yeah, there's that one chill guy, there's Pale Driver, who's
It
the
may come
third?
to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. Better not tie the 4th day to the Bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Ah,
More lessons in basic reality? My favorite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
what is this here?
These
There's gotta
are
be a bonus in some of
unimportant
these.
times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late. For the big time. The revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle. Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head.
She's not gloated. It's a relieved celebration.
Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Yeah, it was a kerfuffle, all right.
Everyone's gotta take their turn saying kerfuffle.
Yes, the Insulindian deluge, they call it. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. I prefer the term risk-averse. King Guillaume was nobody's fool. He could smell a PR disaster brewing, so he got out alive, and his nephew Fricelle got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time. The liberals got the mineral rights.
They
And by
always
mineral rights, I mean everything.
Yeah. What do you mean by liberals? That's a good question in this
Liberals are
context.
usually middle-class people, Detective, or the remaining gentry, the beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with a constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well. They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
As you do.
We. She's one of them. Of course.
Yeah.
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights. The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
They all got cool names, I gotta say. Whoever picked out the names for this game did good.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
I was figuring out if it's gonna be anything. I don't understand the wording on option 3, but I think option 1 meets what I'm going for.
Of course. Not easy to be moderate about head shooting in your line of work.
Exactly, that's
Turn
what
of
I'm
the
about.
century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question.
The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Mazov came along and overthrew the government.
When was this game made in? Like, you know what I'm getting at here.
It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark. From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end. Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
I don't know, I feel like in the real world you could get a lot more out of a screaming necktie than you could out of a boat, at least in a modern context.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
Crust. I always like that term for any other planet.
A city-state divided into free market zones, under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations, and you, of course, the Citizens' Militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
Why is this showing up for me?
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol.
What was that?
After the failure of the suzerain and the commune. Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, coloured plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
I mean, it's what, 55 now? And the revolution was in 02?
43 years. Hard to
Maybe.
fathom, I know.
Probably not.
The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river level, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell. The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
Everyone loves a good tax haven.
No. It was a market mirage fueled by cocaine and quantitative easing. The 40s dispelled it like a cold splash, an Isla-wide hangover, you might say. And here we are.
Well, you're talking to the right person about that.
Welcome to reality, baby.
Oh, I got 70 experience for
From
that.
the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone of control. You can see it in her eyes. Days slipping away.
I may as well
I've no
prompt
right
her, I
be
guess, to
dissatisfied.
talk.
This shirt is Barbara Muscova. This raincoat is impervious to rain and is guaranteed for 100 years. My daughters will wear it.
Sorry if you can hear
No,
that.
it's just... we could have had so much more. Every one of us. If only we played it right. Good question. What would you have done differently?
More drugs.
No, her first.
And I asked you, past less detective of the Citizens' Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
I like, I think too, as an understanding the causes, I don't remember, I don't know which side this is referring to. I think this is funny, so we'll go with that as
You
an
and
option.
everyone else. But that's got nothing to do with preventing the revolution. Oh well. What was, I guess.
Right, well, she didn't really react to it.
They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer.
I do want to do that, but I feel like we've reached an episode length for
Glad
right
to have been
now.
of assistance. The little that I know.
I mean, we can
More
go back
lessons
into
in
it.
basic reality. My
Yeah,
favorite.
that's
Glad to
her.
have been of assistance.
Alright, so we'll talk to her more tomorrow in like one big thing, but for right now, I feel like that's about as much as I want for an episode. I mean, it's gonna be like, I don't know why I always like discuss the length of the video, what is gonna be like in the video. You guys already know that well and good, I'm sure. But yeah, we will pick it up tomorrow, just talk more to Joyce, you know? That's fun, everyone loves that, you know?